So October 25th, and this is where we're at. So we're still getting a couple of squash, yellow zucchinis, I don't know. The pepper plants are pretty loaded. As you can see, a bunch of them are falling off. I've done 2 rounds of dehydration on these. I can't, there's so many I can't keep up on that. The zucchinis I think are pretty much done, even though we're getting a couple, but I mean they're looking pretty tore up. Lows are getting down into the low 40s, well, coming up low 40s, highs 70s, low 80s. But here's the onions. I had to rip them out. They weren't looking very good. And this thing was nothing but roots. Just nothing but roots. That's why. So I took some bulbs off the onions, put them in there. There's a couple of these small ones that were kind of in the back. I just kind of replanted. So they're coming back, looks like. But at least things are looking healthy. Except for maybe that guy. But, you know, now we're back to at least green and not brown. This tomato plant was dead. We just picked it this last week of what was left, and what I noticed is the drip line, which I had to replace, was turned off, the little top, so it wasn't getting any water, and that's why it died. Just fixed that yesterday, and even today this basil is looking 100% better. Ripped out what was here, those cucumber plants. For some reason they died, so we haven't got to planting that. This tomato is coming out. It doesn't have any tomatoes on it. It looks nice compared to all my other ones, really, but there's no tomatoes on it, even though it's flowering. It's been flowering for a while now and just not getting pollinated, or just don't want to produce. The tomatillos are pretty much done. I did a little bit, but I think I'm going to rip those out. This lettuce, for some reason, isn't looking all that pretty. I do have some other new lettuces popping up, so I don't know what that's all about necessarily, but we're going to deal with that. I got 1 cucumber off of this guy. Nothing off of that guy. They don't look very good. I don't know. I tried doing the late deal. It was just not working for me. This tomato plant here, obviously the basil's doing good, but this plant here doesn't look very healthy. And I get it. I mean, they produced all year. You know, got a little green one there. Probably gonna get rid of him. Let's get the lettuces and stuff planted before it gets too much colder. This guy here is an orange Russolini. We've picked some off of him recently, and we're just kind of waiting for these last few. But as you can tell, the hornworm, yeah, even here on this tomato, the hornworm went to town on this plant. But you know, like right back here, we got quite a few little tomatoes through here. So I'm gonna let him go for a little bit. We get a couple more tomatoes out of him. These onions are doing, I don't know, okay, maybe. I did plant some other onions throughout here. This doesn't grow. The root system from the tree next door has pretty much just taken this space and it's grabbing all this water. It's hard dirt. I can't really do a whole lot with it. All my sprinkler irrigations underneath there, things like that. Nothing ever really grows here very well, so not quite sure. I figured, you know what, let the onions take over and maybe just have an onion patch there for now. So here I've been chasing this gopher. He did set the trap off yesterday or earlier today, but I had planted my garlic through here, and if if I can find it somewhere right here. Well, there's one. And then there's one at the very end down there. I don't know if you can see him popping up, and then the garlic there. But this gopher guy, his hole's about 8 inches deep, and it went directly underneath my garlic. Now, I don't know why that is, I haven't had an issue here. And then all of a sudden I plant garlic, and a week later, boom. He dug it right there, and that's where his hole ended. I didn't catch him. So, anyways, here's the peppers, guys. Here's the pepper plants. They all have peppers on them. They all look fairly healthy. We did have some big winds, and it kind of mangled the leaves a little bit on some of these guys. I mean, but like I said, they're still flowering. They still got peppers on them, and hey, that's, you know what, we'll let these guys go until they ain't producing no more. But anyways, we'll get down to the lower section here in a minute, down there, and we'll show you guys what's going on. But there it is, the end of October. See ya.